Hey guys, happy Friday. So listen, we're going to talk about today we're going to talk a little bit about if the appraisal comes in below sales price. So as you guys know, this is happening more and more in this market today. I wanted to point something out. We're going to do a little bit of math on our board today just to share with your clients. So the perception is when the appraisal comes in less than sales price, that the client has to pay this extra money, almost like a cost. In reality, there's absolutely no additional cost to the client, and I'll show that to you so that you can share it with your clients as well. All right, so let's use an example. We're going to do a sales price of $400,000, okay? And then we're going to do 95% conventional financing. So this is something very common, all right? So if we do that, we're going to have $20,000. It's going to be our down payment. Okay, that's going to leave us with $380,000 as our loan amount. All right, so far so good. All right, now let's say the appraisal comes in at $390,000, so it comes in $10,000 light. All right, so we're gonna go $390,000. Now this number, the appraised value, if that comes in lower than sales price, then this is what we have to base our loan to value off of. All right. So again, we're going to do 95% financing. So that's going to give us a down payment now of $19,500, okay? And then the amount we're going to be financing is going to be $370,500. All right, so pretty simple math so far. Nobody should be confused up to this point. But let's talk about cash to close, all right? So in this scenario here, if the appraisal had come in at the $400,000, then the client's going to be bringing $20,000. Okay, we're going to leave closing costs out of this just to keep it simple because this has no bearing on closing costs whatsoever. So this would be the down payment, or we're going to call it cash to close. All right. Now this scenario here, you got to bring the $19,500 plus they have to make up the difference between the sales price and the appraised value. Okay. So that's going to be the $10,000. All right, so we're going to add $10,000 here. So now we're at $29,500. Obviously, the client has to have that additional funds or be able to get a gift or some way to bridge that gap in order to make this deal work. But this is where we run into the snags. This is where people are like, God, I don't want to pay this extra money. This stinks. But here's the magic I'm going to show you. All right, so they got to bring this extra money. However, if we look at the fact that they're going to be financing less money, okay? In this scenario, you got a loan amount of $380. In this scenario, you're financing only $370,500, okay? The difference in the loan amount is $9,500. So if we take that difference off of here, knowing that we owe less on this house at this point, if you were to sell the house, you're going to owe $9,500 less. That's like putting money in the bank, right? We can all agree to that? So we're going to take that $9,500 off of here, knowing that we have a lower loan amount and we'll have that money in the bank. And that brings us right back to the $20,000 original cash to close, okay? So even though they're bringing more cash to closing, that additional cash is going to lower the loan amount and put them at that $370,500, all right? So they owe less money than what they would had the appraisal come in at value. And then the second thing is I took an interest rate of 3.25 on a 30-year fixed and looked at the difference between what their payments would be, and they would end up saving $41.34 per month. Okay, so this scenario is going to have a lower monthly payment for our clients. Yeah, they've got to put that money into the house, but it's not money. They're not stroking a check and giving it to the seller. They're simply lowering the loan amount. So I thought it was super important that you guys saw this and you understand it, and it's something you can easily explain to your clients. Of course, I love explaining this to clients because when they see it, they go, oh, okay, that makes sense. Now it makes a lot more sense. And I'll leave you with this. One other thing I love to point out to clients, if you are buying a house that appraised for less than what you're paying for it, as soon as you close, your house becomes the new comp. So in other words, you just raised the market value in your neighborhood. I think it's important for people to understand that as well, so they don't feel like they're paying too much for an asset that we all know is going to appreciate. It's going to be a great investment for them, and we can get it to the closing table and close. Have a great Memorial Day weekend, guys. Hope this helps, and we'll talk to you soon.